NFT creators might not know it yet, but there's an important legal shift happening right now that will affect all NFT creators in the very near future. Since 2022 began, the lawsuits have been rolling in. Each and every day, brands and companies like Nike, Hermes, and dozens of others are cracking down on NFT creators for trademark and copyright infringement. The NFT industry has been booming, but you may not know the risks involved. In this video, I'm going to break down the impending legal disaster that is about to happen to this multi-billion-dollar industry of NFT creation. If you're one of those people that don't realize the risk you're taking every time you create and sell an NFT, and you don't want the risk of losing everything, then this video is for you. By the end of this video, you're going to have a clear understanding on how to create your own NFTs without any risk from being targeted in an upcoming infringement lawsuit and losing it all. If you're new to my training, now would be a brilliant time to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you receive an alert every time I post a new video about the hidden legal dangers lurking in the NFT world. I'm Randi, and for the past 20 years, I've provided hundreds of entrepreneurs and creators with the peace of mind that their business success is secure, free from the risk of unwanted legal attention. Wondering what it's like working with me? Veronica is an intellectual property client who sent me this most inspiring message. You heard it here first. 2022 will be known as the year NFT litigation exploded. What? How can that be, you say? The world of NFT creation has been like the wild, wild west, and trust me, it's about to be tamed. I'm recording this video in February, and already dozens of brands and companies have begun to crack down against NFT projects that violate their copyrights, trademarks, and other intellectual property. If you haven't heard, let me give you just a few examples. On January 14th, luxury fashion house Hermes filed a trademark infringement lawsuit against Mason Rothschild, creator of the Hermes Birkin bag-inspired NFTs Meta Birkins. In the complaint, Hermes says defendants' Meta Birkins brand simply rips off Hermes' famous Birkin trademark by adding the generic prefix Meta to the famous trademark Birkin. Let me be clear, we're not talking chump change here. It's been reported that Rothschild sold a Meta Birkin NFT in December for a whopping $42,000. Real-life Birkins actually retail from $9,000 and up. On February 4th, Nike filed a lawsuit against StockX for trademark infringement on Nike sneaker NFTs. The sneaker company claims the reseller has sold nearly 500 Nike brand sneaker NFTs, impacting Nike's reputation and legitimacy. On the very same day, on February 4th, the Recording Industry Association of America sent a cease and desist letter to NFT startup HitPiece. HitPiece had an ambitious plan to sell NFTs of every song ever made. To do this, they accessed Spotify's public API and simply started minting NFTs on their own hit chain. Shutting down its operations in response to the cease and desist, HitPiece told the world, "We started the conversation and we're listening." Have I got you thinking? What is your biggest legal fear as an entrepreneur, creator, or business owner? Drop a note below in the comments. I'm eager to reply and get back to everyone as we keep this conversation going. In many ways, the current NFT marketplace has a great deal in common with the internet of the late 90s and early 2000s. Today, in the NFT world, just like back then when digital music sharing became gigantic, there's little regard for copyright law, or any other kind of intellectual property law for that matter. OpenSea, the largest marketplace for NFTs, admits that some 80% of the NFTs its hosts are infringing in one way or another. You simply cannot have a legitimate market that trades almost entirely in illegitimate goods. NFT creators should learn from the digital music sharing history. Over the years, the recording industry has filed, settled, or threatened legal actions against at least 30,000 individuals. These people have included children, grandchildren, grandparents, unemployed single mothers, college professors, a random selection from the millions who have used peer-to-peer networks. I predict this is a vision of the fate of the future for many NFT creators. So let's get down to business. In the first half of 2021, NFT sales reached $2.47 billion, and those sales figures show no signs of slowing down. Of course, you want to get a piece of the action, and you can. Get ready. I'm now going to give you the secrets to creating your own NFTs without any risk from being targeted in an upcoming infringement lawsuit and losing it all. Your first line of defense: use your own unique content. Let's be clear. It's better to use your own images, music, videos, and other content, even if you feel it's B+ material, than risk being sued by an A+ creator. And don't forget to protect that content. That's for a video for another day. Your second line of defense: be sure you have permission to use anyone else's content. So here's the deal. Just because it's easy to download and use does not mean you can. Just because it says it's free to use doesn't mean you can. When you copy a photo or image, a music track, or any other content, you must have permission from the owner. You also must have permission from any person and any brand in the copied content. And it's not always easy to tell who that owner is or if you have permission, but you must. Your third line of defense: if you don't know where it came from or who owns it, take it down. That's right. Remove it. Delete it. Be sure you can identify the source of every bit of content in your NFTs. For anything you're not sure about, delete it. If you don't, you could be the next to receive a cease and desist letter or notice of litigation. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Trust me, you can be successful in this new world of the NFT economy. Just do it right, so you don't have to do it over. Want to learn more about being a successful entrepreneur, creator, or business owner? Start today by watching the many videos in my playlist, Protect Your Uniqueness One Meaningful Minute at a Time. I'll drop a link in the comments for you. And stay tuned to the world of NFT creation as I drop new videos into my playlist, How to Avoid the Hidden Legal Dangers Lurking in the NFT World. So I know this is complex, and I barely touched the surface with this short video. And I know that it can be difficult and confusing going it alone. That's why I'd like to offer you a free IP strategy session where we can look at your NFT content and creations together. And I can make specific recommendations for you that are going to help to move you forward fast and, most importantly, safely. So in the comments below and in the description of the video, I'm going to have a link to my calendar. If you're an NFT entrepreneur creator and serious about growing your business while avoiding the hidden legal dangers, jump on my calendar. I'd love to chat with you. And if you found value in this free training today, let me know in the comments below or give me a thumbs up. And if you thought of someone who'd benefit from hearing this training, I would be so grateful if you would share it with them. Okay, subscribe, turn on the alerts, and I'll see you in the next training.